Hello, everyone. Welcome to Breaking the Fourth Wall, episode 15. I'm Sean Cobble.
I'm Jason Craycroft.
And Sean Sorensen is not here.
I'm not here.
He's not here today. We don't know why. He just didn't show up. He didn't tell us anything. I think he might have been kidnapped. Or maybe he was indoctrinated into a cult.
He's in suspended animation.
Well, just now he posted on Facebook, I have made a fantasy deadliest catch team.
Well, obviously he's busy then.
Yeah, so that's what he's doing instead of being here. Making your fantasy deadliest catch team is much more important than recording the podcast. So
He's in Coco with his deadliest catch team.
well, this is good to know.
Well,
All
it's
right.
closer to the Cape or whatever.
I don't know. In Cocoa Beach, the deadliest catch is a whole different story.
Yeah. It's an STD or a bullet.
Maybe both. Maybe an STD-soaked bullet. You can get shot and get herpes at the same time. All from your cousin.
I gave you my mactinitis tetanus disease bullets. I have no idea what I'm saying.
The mactinitis tetanus is pretty awesome.
He's got the Uzi burns.
I just pictured the big, the moon from the old, the McDonald's commercial moon thing.
Mactinite?
Yeah, and then
That just happened.
Yeah, with the him singing that and giving you tetanus and herpes at the same time while holding a gun to your head. Oh, well, that started out weird. Hi. We're brought to you by InvestComics.com, Card Artist Entertainment, and Famous Faces and Funnies in West Melbourne, Florida. We'll talk some more about those guys a little bit later. We're going to get to a little bit of newsy news first. A little bit of speculator stuff right now. If you like the Six Gun or Rachel Rising and you have copies of them, you might want to put those on the eBay right now because Six Gun, as some people know, got picked up for a television pilot of some kind. Don't know if it's going to go through or not, but first issue of that was selling for over $200 the other day. I think I saw a set of 1 through 5 going for $300 or $400. So that thing's hot. And then Rachel Rising, a number 1 issue that wasn't even CGC'd, went for $200 the other day because they just said that was going to be optioned for a TV show. That's only up to issue 16 right now, too. So there might be some comic shops that still have it. I doubt it. But you might be able to dig up some in some back issue bins that maybe a comic shop owner doesn't realize what they have. So go out and look for it. If you're not reading it, both of them are really good books. Rachel Rising and Six Gun are both really awesome. And you can get trades of mostly up to current on both of those. So
What's Rachel Rising about?
it's kind of hard to describe.
That's how the haircut came to be.
This chick comes back from the dead, and she's trying to figure out why and how she came back from the dead. And so she lives in this little town, and she starts going around trying to investigate why she's back from the dead. And it starts getting a little supernatural. Like Lilith shows up. I don't want to go too much into it because it'll ruin the whole series, but it's really good. And then the Six Gun is about magical Western stuff. It's pretty awesome. 6 guns that one of them shoots hellfire, one raises people back from the dead that it kills, stuff like that. It's pretty good.
Normal stuff.
Yeah, basic.
Probably that sounds like one of the guns that shot Tupac.
Brings you back as a hologram. You get killed by the Tupac gun. It's a 9mm. You have to shoot it sideways, though.
Yeah, that's just that.
You can come back as a hologram.
It's a Glock.
Has to be a Glock.
Yeah.
What else? This last week was the 75th anniversary of Superman, which was pretty cool because they had a bunch of Superman stuff all over like major mainstream media. And they had a bunch of stuff like Comic Book Resources put up a link. I'll probably post a link later on the Facebook page to the best Superman stories in history. They had a lot of good stuff, a lot of obscure stuff, a lot of stuff you probably know about, but it was pretty cool to go through all those. And you get reminded that, Siegel and Schuster got totally screwed by DC Comics 75 years ago and sold the rights for $130. So
Sucks to be you.
Yeah. Which was actually not a bad little amount of money back then, but not worth the billions that it's worth now, obviously. Oh, what else do we got? Oh, you want to talk about Wizards and Robots?
Sure.
Wizards and Robots.
Some sort of store? Sounds like a store.
No, it is the new comic from the Black Eyed Peas' Will.I.Am.
Oh.
Coming out in July. And it's about robots that basically travel back in the past to get help for something or other, and they run into wizards, and it's wizards and robots. That's really all it talks about.
That makes sense, because isn't DC going to have Fergie take over writing Action Comics now?
It does make sense. He's going to do it. And
Apple Diop's going to work with Orson Scott Card.
Yes.
And then the weird ninja guy. I don't know what his stupid name is. I know he loves Bruce Lee. That much I know.
See, a Bruce Lee comic. I'd read a Bruce Lee comic.
I'd read a Bruce Lee anything.
Yeah. Why is it not a Bruce Lee comic? Is it... Has there ever been one?
Fact is better than fiction in that story.
Yeah, that's true. You really couldn't do much better. But I would totally read it.
Yeah, there's Ip Man. Like, the guy that trained him. There's like Ip Man movies. There's like 4 of them now.
The first one was awesome.
No shit.
The first Ip Man movie was... If you haven't seen Ip Man...
The first Donnie Yen Ip Man movie. There's been a million Ip Man movies. Every Hong Kong actor worth their shit has played Ip Man, so...
Yeah.
Because Jackie Chan's played him, everybody's played him.
The one that came out 6-7 years ago, maybe?
Sammo Hung has played him.
Oh, God. But Wizards and Robots. I don't know if it's gonna be any good or not. We're gonna briefly mention another Rockstar book this week, or another music book this week, because Polarity was out last week from Max Bemis, the guy from Say Anything, and that was really good. We're going to talk about House of Golden Bones from Corey Taylor of Slipknot and
Stone Sour. Yeah. Don't forget he's in Stone Sour, because I like Slipknot. I don't like Stone Sour.
We'll talk about that in a little bit, but it's another guy making music and making comics. We'll check it out.
I'll give it time. I don't care.
I'll always give his books a shot. You know,
I'm sure he really has hardly anything to do with it. He's just putting his name on it.
Like I don't know. I don't remember if it said he was writing it, or I might have a link. I don't know if he said he was writing it, or if he was just going to be, like you said, putting his name on it. But there is a cover by Mutant 3, and I'll buy anything with Mutant 3 on the cover, just at least to see what it's worth. Brian David Johnson, Will.i.am. Let's see. He's going to be writing it, it says.
Bullshit. We'll see. If it says, like...
Oh, it's written by him and Brian David Johnson, the second writer. So
he's like... He probably met that guy one time. He's like, we should do a comic. And then there it is. There's the Will.i.am comic.
There's the Mutant 3 cover.
That's nice.
And then here's the other cover, which isn't as cool. But I just want to see what Wizards and Robots together are like. I bet it'll be fun. Alan Moore is putting out a new book, which is basically the sequel to
Watchmen.
Neonomicon. Yeah, he says it's going to be to the H.P. Lovecraft genre and the Lovecraftian mythos what Watchmen was to superheroes.
Of course he's going to say that.
Of course, because he's crazy. He's a crazy little wizard that lives in England. Neonomicon was good. I liked it. I liked the courtyard. I liked all the stuff he did. That was Watchmen-esque. It was a little weird, but or not Watchmen-esque. That was Lovecraftian. It was a little weird, but all that shit is weird. We'll see. I don't know. He's crazy, and I don't know what to believe that comes out of his mouth.
He's no crazier than Jimmy Page. That's
pretty crazy.
He's far more talented, I think.
So I'll check it out. It's called Providence. I don't even know if they've got a release date yet. He says it's coming. But
is it about Rhode Island?
Yes, actually. That's where H.P. Lovecraft grew up. That's where he lives.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to go more into the mythos. It's supposed to go to the American mythos of it, less of the stuff that happened like at the Mountains of Madness and stuff like that, and weird extra-dimensional stuff, and more of the Americanized, like what happened in America in the Lovecraft mythos. So I'll check it out. Give it a shot. What else? Boston Comic-Con got canceled because of all the craziness. If you have lived in a cave for the last week and you don't know that all kinds of crazy shit happened at the Boston Marathon, and there were terrorists and there were bombs, and like this whole week was nothing but chasing those terrorists, and then a whole night of them being chased on camera, and I don't know.
Oh, that was
crazy.
I thought you were talking about the boat thing.
Oh yeah, in the boat thing, like finding the guy in the boat, like it's all crazy. So we won't talk about that because every news outlet on the planet, even ESPN, did nothing but Boston coverage the whole day. Which
was a marathon.
Yeah.
But I did read somewhere where all the artists that were supposed to be there, some of them at least, were at some hotel doing signings.
Yeah, there was a comic shop in town. They went to. A lot of them showed up. Like even Bill Willingham, some of the really big guys showed up to other places and were doing free sketches and stuff. So no Boston Comic Con, but there was other stuff to do. This one makes me mad. They show, and it's another WTF cover from DC, and. When they first started showing them, I was a little excited. I was like, "Hey, cool stuff's coming. I'll read all of these books just to see what happens." And then after the first couple of weeks, I realized that most of them were crap. There's been a couple of good ones, But most of them had, even a couple of the good ones, the cover had nothing at all to do with what was in the story. And the cover of Katana #3 that's coming out next week, I believe, is the reemergence of the Creeper in a DC New 52. And it looks terrible.
Well, it is Katana.
It looks so bad. Basically, her sword's broken, and it shows the Creeper coming out of it, but the Creeper is like an Oni, like, a Japanese demon. He looks nothing at all. Like, the only thing that looks like the Creeper is he's got green hair. Like, that's it. But there's like some red trim or something. But it's like an Oni demon. It's like the most terrifying evil in the world is the Creeper. It's nothing to do at all with the old Creeper, which really disappoints me because I like the old Creeper character, and this looks nothing at all like it. It looks horrible. I'm really angry about this.
I just can't wait for this month to be over.
Yeah, there's been a couple of good stories. The covers have had nothing to do with almost any of them. It's just been bad. And I mean, I've stopped even reading some of them. There were some I don't normally read. But I was like, I'll read and see what the twist is. And it's just been stupid.
That's what I did this week. I gave a bunch of them a shot.
Yeah. The first 2 weeks, I read pretty much everything. This week, I read a small handful. I think I read 3 or 4, maybe. Maybe 3.
May
3.
Missa Chickapay.
I don't know what the hell that was. But
it's from Nell. You ever seen Nell with Jodie Foster?
Not in a long time.
She made up her own language.
Do you speak Nell?
Miss Chickapay.
Is it like Pootie Tang?
Oh.
Could they communicate?
I love Pootie Tang.
I have 2 copies of that on DVD because every time I find a copy, I buy it just because I want to have a copy to give away to somebody if they've never seen it. I'm like, you have to see this movie. It's the greatest movie ever.
What a time.
Sign my pity on the runny kind. All right. I guess we'll get into some books this week. Oh, actually, there's one more thing I want to talk about before we get into books.
Books.
Oh, the Eisner Awards.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see any of that.
Oh, the Eisner Awards. Well, they have...
Who's hosting?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Billy Crystal.
The Eisner Awards, every year they seem to do less and less superhero comics. Like, they really don't give a crap about the superhero stuff. They're going for, like, the critically acclaimed and the...
So do we, though.
Well, yeah, but I mean, but less of the big companies in general. Like, this year it was mostly Fantagraphics. They had, like, 24 nominations, and that's all... They're all weird. A lot of it's oversized, expensive stuff. So it's not stuff I'm going to pick up on a whim, usually. Like, on a $20 or $30 hardcover, I'm not going to go grab it, you know. Oh, that looks neat. But there are a couple big books got some nods. Best single issue or one shot. Becky Cloonan's The Mire got nominated. That was pretty good. The best continuing series is obviously going to mainly go to the big companies because they're the only ones that do ongoing series. It was Fatale, Hawkeye, The Manhattan Projects, Prophet, and Saga. So I'm really surprised that Daredevil wasn't in that. I guess because it did well last year. But Prophet, I think, is over with now. I didn't read it. I heard it was good. But Saga, Manhattan Projects, Hawkeye, and Fatale are all good. Best new series, Adventure Time.
Yeah.
Bandit, which is one of the Monkey Brain digital only comics.
Although it's on issue 15, so it should have been best new series last year. It's been over a year.
It was last year's nominations. It's through December 31st, 2012.
Oh, okay.
They just take forever to get them out there. Because Laura Allred is not nominated for Best Colorist, and I was going to be pissed because their coloring in FF is way better than almost anything on the market right now. But I don't think FF started until January. So, best new series: Adventure Time, Bandit, Fatale, Hawkeye, and Saga.
That sucks because you can't beat Saga. Adventure Time can't beat Saga, at least.
Probably not. Some other ones.
I'm predicting it now. You won't see anything. You won't see Saga win anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Hawkeye is going to do really well, and Fatale. I think those two are out of the mainstream books that most people know about. I think those will probably do the best. I would like to see Saga win a bunch.
Oh yeah,
but I don't know. Those
it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
they never seem to pick the right shit.
Best kid books.
Yeah,
we got
none of them are good. They don't. Yeah,
Baby Mouse, Benny and Penny and Lights Out, Kitty and Dino, Maya Makes a Mess, and then Zig and Wiki and the Cow.
It's fun how they don't pick kids books that are available to kids anywhere because no comic book store gets this shit.
Yeah. Well, here's the 8 to 12 kids books: Adventure Time, Amulet Book 5, Cowboy, Krogan's Loyalty, Hilda and the Midnight Giant, and Road to Oz.
I'll tell you right now that Hero Bear is coming back. I can't wait for that. I'm excited about Hero Bear.
That's his best anthology, Dark Horse. Actually, I think this is the first time they've ever been nominated. 2080 is getting nominated. It's been a weekly, ongoing anthology publication since 1977, and they're just now getting nominated for Oscar.
Why is Adventure Time for 8 to 12, but Marceline and the Scream Queens is for 13 to 17?
No idea.
Rock and roll is dangerous. It's not for kids. It's so stupid.
What else they got? A bunch of adaptations, graphic albums.
Darth Vader and Son got nominated. That's good. That was pretty neat.
Humanoids. Our buddies at the Humanoids got nominated. Monsieur Jean, The Singles Theory by Philip Dupuy and Charles Barbarian is nominated
for you to say.
for Best U.S. Edition of International Material. So go check them out. Humanoids is awesome. We love Humanoids. A bunch of other stuff. Best Writer, Ed Brubaker for Fatale, Matt Fraction for Hawkeye, and Casanova Avaritia. Brandon Graham for Multiple Warheads of Profit, Jonathan Hickman for Manhattan Projects, Brian K. Vaughan for Saga, and Frank Young for the Carter Family, which I've never heard of.
Sorry, Brian K. Vaughan has to win. There's none of that is up to that level.
Best Writer Artist is a bunch of Pantheon and Fantagraphic stuff I'm not really familiar with. I always say I'm going to go read this stuff every year, but a lot of it's really, really hard to find or really expensive, and it's just stuff that's not going to be necessarily available. And the thing is, with Eisner's, it's not like it has to be stuff easily available. You can just send in your nominations. If you want to be nominated, you can send it in, and the reader will check it out. So it's easy for them to read this stuff because they get it sent to them for free. It's really, really hard to get a hold of for regular people.
I'm sure Marvel hardly sends them anything.
Probably not. They're just relying on what these guys have probably already read because they've got a reviewer, they've got a comic store owner, but then there's like a graphic novel librarian and like a New York Times or some other big publication like comic reviewer. Like it's people that probably aren't necessarily picking up your average books on the shelf.
Best lettering. How is Saga not in the best lettering?
Oh, it absolutely should be. It's so good.
And Adventure Time, for that matter. Especially Adventure Time, Fiona and Cake.
Mm-hmm. Best penciler is David Aja however you say his name, from Hawkeye. Becky Cloonan from Conan and the Muse. It's good. Bandettes, Colleen Coover, Sean Phillips Fatal, Josh Remnick from Harvey Picar's Cleveland, and Chris Samney from Daredevil and Rocketeer. He's good too. I like his stuff a lot. Best painter.
Who cares?
I care. Best cover artist. Hawkeye. That's cool. Fatal.
Hawkeye.
Batwoman. J.H. Williams III. That's like one of two DC this year. Batwoman. I think.
Yeah.
That's
Batwoman.
Yeah.
The book that nobody likes, really.
It's all right.
It's okay.
The cover's beautiful. Actually, the art's beautiful. It's really good. But
I think it's probably the most boring Bat book.
Really?
I think it's the most boring. I'm not saying it's the worst. It's the most boring.
I think Dark Knight's probably the...
I like all the Batman garbage because I don't give a shit. I'm like, give me Batman. It's like Batman's like cake, like a shitty piece of cake. Still pretty good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, cake vodka's terrible though.
That's vodka. It's not cake.
It tastes like cake. It's bad.
Oh yeah.
All right. So that's Eisner's. We have other stuff coming up later this week. We're going to put up. We're going to have a little separate
but equal
show. I'm going to start doing a little one-shot show here. Not one-shot, but like little one-offs now and then called Cobble Comics. And I'm just going to do the stuff that nobody else wants to read. Like all my crazy Sherlock Holmes stuff that everybody hates me for. I mentioned 2 Sherlock Holmes-esque books one week. And
I had to read... I had to read the Sherlock Holmes stuff when I had to write my giant paper, so that was part of the problem for me.
But also, I think on the first Cobble Comics we're going to do, or maybe we'll do it as a Breaking the Fourth Wall, and it's all going to be part of Breaking the Fourth Wall anyway. But we did an interview this past week.
Call it coblets.
Coblets, little coblets.
If you don't call it coblets, I'm unsubscribing.
We did an interview with one of the primary graders from CGC. It was about a half hour long. It was really interesting. I got to talk to him about a lot of stuff. Got to learn about a lot of stuff because a lot of stuff you look up online on CGC is it'll tell you one thing, and then the other thing will tell you something totally different. Like I couldn't find anything that matched. So I heard all this different stuff, and some was good, and some was bad, and some was just completely wrong. And so I was asking about a lot of stuff, and he cleared a lot of stuff up. It's really interesting, but it's a cool interview, and we'll have it up later this week. So be sure to check that out.
Okay.
You check it out, okay, Craig?
I'll listen to it. I'll listen to it with an open mind and open heart.
All right, so you're not going to be Sorensen. That's good.
Well, I'm not in the biz.
Yeah, that's true.
But if I was in the biz, I'd probably be more
Yeah, because they don't sell CGC books from their store or anything. Come on. Or variant covers or anything else. All right, let's get to comics for the week. What is your book of the week, Mr. Craycroft?
Oh, jeez. Put me on the spot like that. I forgot to pick a book of the week. It certainly isn't several of them that we've already made fun of.
Adventure Time? Is that your book of the week?
Adventure Time was good, but it wasn't the best of the week.
There were a couple of surprisingly good books.
Yeah, that was the problem.
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, Adventure Time was good, but I think I really liked the Fabian Gray thing.
Really?
But it was fun. It was fun, but I don't know, man. I kept going back and forth between that and Todd.
I haven't read Todd. I need to go back and read it. I read the first issue. I liked it, but then I couldn't get a hold of the second one, and I was like, I'm just going to pick up the trade.
I'm going to pick Todd then, because Todd, the Ugliest Kid on Earth, or whatever it's called.
Todd, the Ugliest Kid on Earth.
Yes. Yeah. It is so fucked up.
He's in prison now, isn't he?
He's out.
Oh, he's out?
His mom paid bail. I don't remember how she got that. That's why I hate waiting month to month reading issues. Yeah.
But it is making it weird now, because I used to be pretty good about reading month to month. If it was something that was kind of weird or complex, I'd go back and read it, a little bit before. But now you got so much stuff that's weekly and bi-weekly and monthly, and it's like the monthly stuff seems like it's forever between books sometimes, man.
There was these roaches, there were these roaches talking to him when he was trying to escape. He wasn't really trying to escape, but he was crawling through a tunnel, escaping, following these roaches. And he falls into the mess hall. But he got bailed out, so he's out of jail. And oh man, it's nuts. But it's now there's gonna be another story. This was supposed to be just 4 issues and done, but it's just.
They do another mini, or are they going to turn it into an ongoing?
I think it's probably going to be just ongoing, because they had to adopt this girl. If you've been reading it, the dad has been obsessed with this starlet, this Hollywood starlet, and he got a meeting with her, he was gonna go on a little date with her. I don't know what the hell he was thinking, but he the lady is having him adopt her kid that no one knows she has, and the kid's got a bag, the little girl's got a bag on her head now. Oh, it's hilarious.
This book's weird.
It is just straight weird. If you don't like weird, you're not gonna like it.
But I liked the first issue. It was weird, but it was funny.
Hilarious.
It's very dark.
It is so dark. It's so above and beyond in the dark department, because it's about a child.
Yeah.
That you can't go. You can go super dark when nothing bad happens to the child.
Does he still stay innocently upbeat
yes.
In the first issue?
He's still super nice and happy in prison while he's at a knife fight. He's wow. Hey guys, it's hilarious.
How's it going? Oh, I got shanked.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's how the issue begins. Is he's in this in the middle of this knife fight thing that's going on there.
Wow.
It's so funny. It's so dark. So very dark. It's more dark than it is funny.
Really?
But it's the darkness that's the bulk. It's where the bulk of the funny is, because it's just a child. This kid, they arrest. They know who killed these kids. That's in the first issue. It's the little girl got killed, and it's that really fucking creepy bald guy. It's obviously the killer, but they just seem to gloss over the fact they arrested a child for this mass murders. It's oh my god, it's so fucked. It's awesome. Every character is just so ugly. That's my favorite. That's the thing that I think is the twist in the story that's probably going on, is that every single character in this book is ugly. Really fucking ugly.
Did they actually show Todd's face at any time, or is he just in the bag? No. So they're probably going to pop it off and he's a cute little kid.
Yeah, it's probably going to be gorgeous little kid, or he's going to be a burn victim, which is both of them I love. I think whatever they do, if they ever show Todd's face,
or he's going to be a cute little kid that has one zit or something, and so they think he's hideous, just something stupid.
I mean, there's no way they can go with it that I'm not going to love it. They could seriously do anything, and it would make me laugh out loud.
I'll have to check it out. Like I said, I liked the first issue. I just couldn't get the second one, and then I just was no, I'll just pick it up and trade.
It's so good. Yeah, this 4-issue arc's over, so they'll probably put out a trade soon.
All right, my book of the week is Danger Club number 5. by InvestComics.
Austin Danger Powers.
Yes. This book is great. It's slow coming out is my only problem. The first issue came out about a year ago. There's up to issue 5 finally. It is basically about a world. It's just America, and there's superheroes and stuff, and the world has come under one rule. There's one government that controls the whole world, and the ruler, he's been the president of the world for a long time, and he's basically this world's version of Captain America. And he ruled the world at first, but then he kind of disappeared from public view. His name is the American Spirit. And he just kind of abandons the people, and he still runs everything, but he's kind of in the background, doesn't come out, doesn't really do what he's supposed to. So these other superheroes kind of just do their thing and patrol the world and take care of everything. But then supposedly there was some menace in space that all the heroes and villains got together to go out to fight because they had to unite because it was going to destroy the world. So they go into space to fight it, and they're all supposedly lost and killed in space. And so the only people left are like the sidekicks and the kids and like their children and the little, all the sidekick kids are the only ones that are left. And all those kids are really cool, but the world is a mess. The world is like pseudo post-apocalyptic. It's chaos and anarchy, and these kids are trying to figure out what's going on and what happened to their parents. And they find out that maybe their parents weren't killed in space. Maybe somebody on Earth killed them and made up this whole story. And then some of the kids are like, there's one kid who's basically like a god. He's like the Apollo, basically. And he is trying to unite all the other superhero kids under him. So he makes them fight gladiator style. And the winners of the matches become like his little superhero team.
How old are these kids?
Like teenagers, like 15, 16.
Oh, yeah. It's like not like
7 or 8. It's not like a...
Not Power Pack.
No. Yeah, mostly, there's a couple that look a little younger, but it's mostly just, mid-teens.
Yeah.
There's some pretty cool ones, though. There's a little black magician kid. And there's like
a black magic?
Yes. There's a Nick Fury-looking dude. There's like a little Nightwing-looking kid. There's a little tiny girl. There's Tokyo, I guess. They haven't really explained it yet, but it's like a shrunken Tokyo. It's called Micro Tokyo. And there's a girl named Yoshimi who controls giant robots. That's pretty awesome.
It's clearly a nod to the Fighting Lips.
Yeah. Obviously so.
But doesn't she battle the robots?
Well, she has a robot that she kind of controls or pilots, and she fights a bunch of other robots that are like the police force of Micro Tokyo. She's kind of a vigilante. And then she hacks into them and starts controlling some of them stuff. Vigilante. But this book is really good. The art is beautiful. It is written by Landry Walker, and the art's by Eric Jones. The first page, don't let it fool you. It's done like old Marvel, DC, 60s style, Kirby-esque art.
Was that a real hero? I feel like I remember the American Spirit.
There is an American Spirit hero out there. And then there's American Flag. There's a couple of them that are kind of similar. But after the first page, it's like a throwback page. It goes into like people getting shot in the head.
Yeah,
it's cool. There's the little Yoshimi chick. This book's really, really good. I've been waiting for a long time for this issue to come out. I don't know what the holdup is. I don't know if these guys are doing other stuff, if they're just really slow. I don't know, but it seems like for every great Image book that comes out on a pretty regular basis, there's at least a couple that just. I don't know what they're doing, man. Like Secret. Issue 2 came out like 5 months ago, and it's still issue 3 still not yet. Danger Club, like I said, this book's been going on for about a year, and issue 5 is just coming out. So go grab all. It's a good reason to go grab all 5 because it's like a nice little. It kind of doesn't wrap anything up by any means in this issue, but it kind of reveals some stuff and gives you some hints about what's going on. But it's a nice little arc to read. Only 5 issues so far, but it's awesome. Danger Club, number 5. Fantastic.
Remember Danger Mouse?
Yes.
Oh. I don't know why I said that.
All right. What else you want to talk about? You want to talk about Fabian?
The good stuff first?
Yeah, let's talk about good stuff first.
Yeah.
5 Ghosts of Fabian Gray, number 2.
This was far more adventure-ridden than the first one.
Yeah.
This more reads like a Indiana Jones style.
Yeah, it's an old cool pulp adventure, fighting.
Yeah, it's pulpy Indiana Jones.
I like the art a lot.
But you don't really know if they're looking for anything.
Yeah, it's a little vague. I would definitely read the first one again before you read this.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Like, I like it a lot. It's just that it'd been a while since I read the first one, and I started reading this. I'm like, I don't remember what the fuck happened. I had to go back and reread it. I was like, okay, there you go. I got it now. And there's giant spiders.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, and there's the weird kung fu ninja guy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I don't even remember that he had a partner, like the guy with the glasses.
Yeah,
was he in the first issue?
I don't remember. Even just reading it again, I don't remember. Also, it's weird if you read the letters page at the end. There's only a couple letters, but he actually, I'm kind of surprised. I didn't know if it's obvious who some of the ghosts were. It's pretty straightforward that one of them is Dracula and one of them's Robin Hood. But he straight up says it, and the one that everybody was guessing was Musashi Miyamoto. And he comes out and says it. So it's Robin Hood, Dracula, Sherlock Holmes, Merlin, not Rasputin.
Not Rasputin.
It would have been cool either way, really.
Well, my beef is, I guess Sherlock Holmes wasn't real. So why would there be ghosts of fake people?
Well, Dracula.
Yeah, well, there's a legendary, Dracula that it's based off of. Same with Robin Hood, theoretically.
Well, supposedly they based the Merlin and Arthur myth off of real stories, but yeah.
Baloney.
You say that now, you wait till Arthur comes back. I'm saying that then.
I'm thinking.
Not the little
drunk guy.
Not the little anteater kid either.
Not even Russell Brand. Yeah.
Oh,
how's that taste?
Oh,
bad taste in your mouth?
Tastes like burning. I don't like it. So anything else you want to say about Five Ghosts?
No, I love it.
He's good. If you can find the first issue, you pick it up. I think a second print of first issue came out alongside this one, or is coming out soon. But it's very good. I like it. Oh, what else was awesome? Thief of Thieves number 13 is really good. I like this book a lot.
I've never read it.
If you like Ocean's 11 or...
Yeah, how many times I just come here talking about Ocean's 11?
Yeah. Just any heist movie. If you like heist movies, this is a heist movie that goes heist to heist to heist. It's not just one...
Heist.
It's not one story. It is an ongoing series of heists that these guys get in, or really this guy and his family gets in. And
a heist mosaic.
Yeah. And it follows him, it follows the cops trying to catch him, his son, his
oh dear, he's got
ex.
Band-Aids.
Yes, he gets punched up a little bit. It shows, and it's not like a big group of them. There's one little scene, one issue that has a group of the guys where it's straight Ocean's 11, where you got the heavy and you got the girl that's a distraction and all that. But that's only for a couple issues. This is actually the wind up of the second story arc, and they're kind of fucking with a cartel. Basically, the son got in some trouble. He got busted during a big drug theft for a cartel, so they lost all the shit. And they're making him pay the difference off, and they kidnapped his girlfriend. And so it's about him and his dad sneaking into the hotel or the apartment where his girlfriend's being held, and breaking her out. But as they do, the FBI shows up to bust the cartel, so they're caught in between the FBI and the cartel on a high rise trying to get out. It's straight just Ocean's 11 kind of heist style stuff. It's fun. It's a fun book.
Who hasn't been there?
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
It happened to me, but it was the band cartel. And it was a female body inspector. So it wasn't as dangerous.
It was a creepy dude in a shirt from the mall.
Yeah, exactly. It was a bro. And
this is from Robert Kirkman, you Walking Dead fans out there. But it's also it's basically plotted by Kirkman, and the writer is James Asmus, the guy that does The End Times of Bram and Ben, and who's going to be doing Quantum and Woody. So... it's awesome. Everything
comes around
full circle. When are you going to see this? Everything goes back to Quantum and Woody. I'm telling you. What do you want to talk about next? We did some Danger Club. I don't have my pen out. I can't write like that. We did some Danger Club. Did you read Daredevil?
No, I haven't read any of the new Daredevil stuff.
We'll get to Daredevil a little later then. We did Todd.
I did DCU Presents. That was good.
Let's do that one then. That was surprisingly really, really good. Did you read
that? Was the shit? I just got confused with Justice League. That was the Beowulf story, right?
Yeah, but it shows the cover before it gets unfolded into the gatefold, and this is the last issue of DCU Presents too. And if you haven't read it, this is all anthology, short stories or whatever.
This is the one where the cover has nothing to do at all. The Justice League is not in the book.
No, at all. No. Well, there's a shape changer that turns into 3 different members of the Justice League for a minute, but she doesn't. It shows the Flash before you open the gatefold. It shows the Flash with a sword in his back and a bunch of people and crazy
and several dead Justice League people.
Yeah, and then when you open the gatefold, it shows Beowulf holding up Batman, and he's like, "Fuck you," and Beowulf basically. And Then you read the book.
Classic line from the Tale of Beowulf.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it is a future Beowulf.
Fuck you, I'm Beowulf. Grendel sucks!
It is future. To be fair, it's future Beowulf, so maybe a little bit of a
I'm a golden god.
Fuck you! Beowulf in a Baby, Beowulf in a Trans Am would be awesome. Fighting people through the T-tops. This has nothing to do. Like DC presents as all like either standalone stories or like a mini. Like I think the first one was like a 6-issue Dead Man miniseries. Was the first 6 issues, and then went to Challenges of the Unknown, and it's gotten pretty bad over the last few
You
years.
straight derailed my brain. All I can think is that now there should be a comic of like in the 80s, like
Classic characters like in the 80s.
no straight teen caper like. Shitty 80s movies like Weird Science, all that shit, but like there's a foreign exchange student from Ireland, which doesn't make any sense because they don't have like a language barrier.
No.
It's basically the same culture here.
Yeah.
But it's Beowulf as like a shitty teen in the 80s.
And Grendel is like the bad guy that like tries to poke him all the time.
Principal Grendel.
Principal Grendel.
Principal Grendel's trying to get him kicked out and sent back to Dublin.
Or the really mean gym teacher or something.
He's Rooney from fucking
There you
Ferris
go.
Bueller. That's good. Well, that guy's kind of a creep too, so.
Yeah, a little bit. He was pretty awesome.
He's busted for child porn.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look it up.
I liked him in Howard the Duck.
I liked him in everything. I liked him in, was he in Mom and Dad Save the World, or what was the other one he was in?
I don't know.
I think he was. Who
I
cares?
just remember him as the Dark Overlord in Howard the Duck. I don't remember what we're talking about. I don't even know.
The career,
DCU
the career of Jeffrey Jones.
DCU presents. Basically, Beowulf comes through a portal into this world chasing some shape-changing demon thing, and there's no other heroes in it. The shape-changer sees pictures of... Well, basically, they're from the future, so they have legends of, like, Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman and stuff, but they don't... it's all, like, broken...
Yeah, that's weird.
Half-legends.
Beowulf's from the future.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
He's got a little metal thing in his chin. I don't know what that's about.
I honestly, I can say right now with total confidence that I would read this if it was a Beowulf standalone thing.
Well, in Sword of Sorcery, the backup story of Sword of Sorcery was Beowulf.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's good.
The lead story though wasn't.
No, it wasn't very good.
Was it Princess Amethyst?
Amethyst from Film World. Yeah.
So guess who doesn't give a shit about Princess Amethyst? give me the time out of place Beowulf where he's like running around like goddamn Thor, like talking.
He doesn't give
old
a
school
shit
talk
either. He's like, "Oh, it's all the police." He's like, "I don't care about the police. You know,
fear these men."
I'll chop all their faces off right now. Not their heads, their faces. But yeah, it's like the only thing that has anything to do with the rest of the DC universe is it's in the DC universe, and so there's like billboards and a museum, pictures, and a bus ad that has like pictures of the heroes, like Justice League on it, and so this shape-changing demon thing starts turning into these. And using what she remembered of the legends of them as like, I'm Superman, I am your hero god or whatever, and people are just like, you're obviously not Superman, you just turned into it in front of me, and that's it. There's like 5 or 6 panels where she turns into other heroes.
You know what the vibe of this book was to me? Crocodile Dundee. Because it's like the fish out of water thing.
Out of his element in big city.
That's what it really felt like.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
That's really what the book felt like. It was like fast moving, just Paul Hogan crazy.
Taking horses, riding back. Yeah, and
I loved it.
Yeah, I think they're going to do something with it because, here's a spoiler. He gets back to his world and he basically he gets sucked into like this into the museum, and
this is the last issue of DC Universe Presents too.
Yeah, and I think it's the last issue of Sword of Sorcery too. So they're gonna have to, if they want to put him somewhere, they got to figure out a book for him. And I think they're going to because it's been pretty well received. The only thing anybody liked about the Sword of Sorcery book was the Grendel backup. I mean the Beowulf backup. So
Grundle,
the Grundle taint, the fleshy fun bridge. So at the end of it, like when he comes into the earth, into the world, he comes in through this artifact, and he's in like the Museum of Natural History or whatever, or the Metropolitan Museum, and there's like a curator. And of course, she's some like little blonde, cute curator girl, and in a naughty librarian kind of outfit. And she follows him around, and then when he jumps back into his own world, she follows him. And so it's like now it's the fish out of water backwards. It's basically Crocodile Dundee 2, where the girl leaves New York and comes to the Outback with him.
Oh, I love Crocodile Dundee.
Dude, it's Crocodile Dundee. It really is.
Yeah.
Because got the blonde chick, she's like, oh, I'm out back. I'm totally out
There's a reason I made my comments. It's Crocodile Dundee. Only it's not that funny. I mean, really, neither was Crocodile Dundee, but it was supposed to be.
There was funny moments.
Yeah, there was a lot like Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah.
And if they take that and run with it, because you could, I mean, they're dropping kids' books off left and right now, so they could just make Amethyst a kids' book.
Yeah.
Because it's on DC Nation. There was. There was like a very long DC Nation story arc with Amethyst.
Really?
Yeah. Why? I don't know. But there was.
They really tried to put... I think it's because her copyright was about to run out. They had to do something with her. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. But they could just do Animal Man shit with that. You ever see the Animal Man shorts on DC Nation?
Mm-hmm.
I will watch them when this is over. Some of the funniest shit ever.
I love Animal Man anyway.
It's great. Animal Man!
All right, let's do... You want to do Justice League 19?
Yeah.
Stick with
that's why I forgot it was. Yeah. Because of the cover thing.
Another cover that really wasn't at all in the book.
I don't even remember the cover.
It shows...
I have the Mad Magazine cover. That's why.
Here. I've got it right here.
I have the Mad Magazine variant because I like Mad Magazine. And I'm not going to apologize for that.
Who is killing Superman?
Who? Batman.
It shows Batman with a kryptonite ring.
And that didn't happen.
No, yeah, not at all. Not even close.
He's killing his libido.
Yeah, Batman just basically appears and kind of cockblocks Superman.
Yeah, like Wonder Woman and Superman were like basically in whatever the fuck terrorist land is in
Kandak or Kandak.
Yeah, it's okay to shit on Kandahar. You know, it's okay to shit on Afghanistan. Even 100 years from now, no one's going to go, I can't believe there were such bigots shitting on those brave Afghanis. Yeah, no one's going to ever care. So just call it Kandahar or whatever and pretend that they're in Afghanistan. But anyway, so yeah, they're like Superman and Wonder Woman are undercover, basically.
Yeah.
I didn't know they did undercover missions.
Yeah, there's like a hostage situation in this terrorist country, and...
Was it a real beard? Because the next time when they're like chilling... like on the Mediterranean or wherever the fuck they were, when him and his new girlfriend Wonder Woman are just like, oh, we did that, baby, now let's go away to our ruins and wherever the fuck they were. And he didn't have his beard. He had a beard though. I'm like,
I guess it,
I thought of Team America though when I saw his beard.
A little patchy beard. Or the scene in Jackass where they all shave their pubes and glue them on the guy's face so he can fake being a terrorist. Yeah, basically they infiltrate Kandak undercover. Even though they both have incredible super speed, they can just go in and stop the terrorists and get out before anyone knows them. They decide to actually dress up like hostages. And the terrorists go, wait, we only had 8 hostages. Why are there 10? And then they come out from under their outfits and like whoop their ass.
Yeah, Wonder Woman just kicks through her costume.
And... At the beginning, basically...
I didn't see you there, you jacked superhero. I thought you were a...
At the beginning, it shows like Red Hood and Alfred in the Batcave talking about Batman and talking about Damian being dead.
Basically, it seems like they're hyping up that he's going to be Robin.
Yeah, maybe.
Which I honestly hope they do.
I think it would be cool.
Yeah.
I like a Red Hood as long as he's not in his own book, because his own book...
Everybody seems to hate his book.
It's bad.
And you could easily just drop those 2 other people into the Teen Titans.
He's not a bad character. I like him as a character. I think he's interesting, but yeah, his book is not good. It hasn't been good.
I liked it when it started. It was good for a while. I liked it. But I'm very, very accepting of superhero shit.
Yeah. Well, this one, some guy in the weird, like... ninja stealth outfit kind of thing breaks in, knocks out the Red Hood and Alfred, and then goes through the Batcave and ends up finding like a hidden cave in the back that he knew was there that has like no technology in it, so like Cyborg can't figure out that's there. And he opens it up and there's like a suitcase with each hero's emblem on it. So it's basically Batman's way. Like Batman's got his little "I'll whoop your ass if you ever go bad" kit in the background, and the guy takes the one that's Superman's, which is obviously going to be a kryptonite of some kind.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to the satellite where Firestorm and a little Atom chick are hanging out. And,
oh, yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of odd. They're trying to find a bathroom. They don't know bathrooms or kitchens on the satellite they can find. I don't know. Firestorm's going to whip her up her own bathroom. Which kind of
you could burn it. It could be like that movie with Jack Black and Ben Stiller where there's poo rides.
Yeah.
The nuclear man can get rid of your duty if you just take a poo on the floor. That's my advice to you. Whatever.
And then the little WTF moment at the end is not anything to do with Batman never has. He does have a little beard. I mean.
Yeah.
Batman never has the kryptonite ring, but at the very end they have spoiler Despero.
But he has a kryptonite ring. Looks like.
Yes, it does.
Which I don't really get it, but so.
I don't know where.
Who's the ninja dude? Is the ninja dude working with Despero?
I guess so.
I mean, they need to.
He's just like he has a Court of Owlish kind of outfit, but with just regular goggles. I mean, it's just like a black jumpsuit with like.
This is the Court of Goggles.
Yeah, it's the Court of Goggles.
Beware, the City of Goggles is coming.
That's cool. That's the little. I guess that's the suit he had on when he was fighting Court of Owls at the beginning. That was pretty cool. But and then I guess it shows this where if you're the Atom, you can shrink into World of Warcraft and actually be on a horse fighting bad guys. Evidently in this universe, like
she's not just dancing around ones and zeros.
Yeah,
but
she's actually on a.
That part lost me because I'm like, she's in a video game, really?
Yeah,
like. Why can't you just get down and fight a bunch of ants and shit? That'd be more adventurous.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not a bad issue. It just
yeah.
And then the backup story is still Shazam, and it's still good. Like it's long enough now. I didn't realize how long it's been going on. It's been going on for like
if it's this long,
10 issues or 12 issues, it has to be its own.
It's the 11th, I think.
11th.
If it's been going on this long, why the fuck isn't it its own comic?
I think it's going to be. They have to be leading up to that. I mean,
you had to know that a Shazam comic would probably do better than a goddamn Sword of Sorcery with Princess Amethyst.
Especially with, Jeff Johns writing and Gary Frank artists. Yeah, it is chapter 11. So, and what was it? 8 pages? 2.
It's long enough.
3.
That's what she said.
Yeah, it's 8 pages. So we're talking 8 pages, and we're talking
pages.
We're talking 4 issues worth of book so far. So I guess they're going for 5 or 6, and they're going to put it out as a trade. I'm sure they'll put it out as a trade. It will sell like crazy. They have to give him his own book. He's too good of a character.
No shit.
And he looks great. Like I love the little hood, just like Injustice. I like the hood. Awesome.
Oof, that game.
The game's so good. We're going to talk about Injustice, just not today, because we're going to get some other friends of ours on here too that have played it, and we're going to talk about it. But if you haven't played Injustice: Gods Among Us, go. The game is so good. It's like a movie.
I'm off all week.
Just to play Injustice.
I'm going to go pro.
Do it. They're already going crazy up at the store on game night. That's all they play up there is Injustice.
Well, you should play it. It's great. There really is no other game you should be playing in a comic book store.
I just want to go and play all the transitions where you get knocked from one level to the other. I want to play and do all theirs on every level. I just want to see every level's like.
Once you remember that, because especially with Andy, I was talking to Andy about it. Is like he completely after doing the whole training thing, starting a real fight. Completely forgot how to do that.
Yeah, I had to go. I was going to go back. I learned on a couple of them how to do it.
It's just back and B or whatever your like low button is, your low attack. Yeah, back and low attack when they're up against that area. That's all it is. I'm like, oh, that's how you do it.
I did the Gotham City one where it gets like you get thrown up on the roof next to the bat signal. That was cool. And
the Batman like the 2 button thing where you're all powered up. Oof,
that one's cool. I like
next.
Doomsdays.
Yeah, can't do it. Can't get into it.
Yeah, okay, I can't get into it yet.
Oh, God, I get sick.
Doomsdays is awesome, too. All right, let's do another book here. Anyway, Justice League was good. It's just the cover. Don't look at the cover and think it's going to have anything to do with the fucking book, because it doesn't.
That's why I got the Mad Magazine cover. It's awesome. It's got Wonder Woman and Superman, baby. With an Alfred E. Newman, baby.
That's kind of awesome. Did you read Vibe?
Nah, I meant to. I flipped through it and it looked good.
It was all right. I don't really know much about the Kid Flash because I don't read Teen Titans because I didn't like it. But it shows...
Is Kid Flash in Teen Titans right now?
He was.
I didn't know if... I thought... Who is it that they didn't relaunch yet from the Flash world?
I don't think there's a Wonder Girl, Donna Troy kind of character.
Oh, yeah. She's in Young Justice.
And there's not really an Aqualad of any kind. But there's a Kid Flash, there's... a Robin or Red Robin's in there.
Aqualad. It's pronounced.
Aqualad. And Shaw Manowar.
Shaw Manowar.
Vibe was pretty good. Let's do it real quick. It was just it's a continuation of the story. It goes into the.
I can't believe it's still pretty decent.
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm shocked.
It shows like him kind of butting heads with the the government a little bit. They want him to do certain things. He doesn't want to do it, and he's out there trying to fight Kid Flash, but he's trying to help Kid Flash. Kid Flash doesn't trust him, and it shows a little bit about the gypsy who's in the little containment unit.
To be fair, too, this is one of the what WTF covers that was useful because like Kid Flash is in most of the issue.
Yeah, that was actually that's what happened.
And honestly, I didn't look at it, and I would have probably bought it knowing that Kid Flash was in it.
Yeah, and
but I didn't.
It's him. They're probably half the book is him and Kid. Maybe not quite half, but a lot of the book is him and Kid Flash.
Yeah,
it was pretty good. Did you read Nightwing?
I did.
That was all right. I like it. I like Brett Booth's art. And it's
Nightwing's like it seems like it's still in the Batman universe, but it's just not as dark.
Yeah,
it's not fun.
It's kind of like old Batman. It's just like him out solving mysteries, fighting bad dudes, jumping from rooftops, cops chasing him.
It's like if you could have Batman with Keanu Reeves as Batman.
Yeah,
in the early '90s though, not now. Like early '90s Keanu Reeves, like around Point Break.
And he's being stubborn. I never got this. He didn't have any money anymore because he does it.
He's in Chicago.
Yeah, he didn't have like the circus or whatever. All his money got burned up evidently with the circus thing.
What does that say about Chicago? That like for every other character, like there's Star City, there's Metropolis, there's Gotham, but Chicago's dirty enough to be in the comics for some reason.
Yeah,
it's like okay.
Because I was listening to another podcast not too long ago where they were talking about Gotham City, and it's like, how bad is Gotham City? Like, there's all kinds of heroes running through it. But and Batman is constantly patrolling, like, crime. There's the police force. Crime gets taken care of, but there's still like 100 murders a day in Gotham City.
It's
still brutal.
Like it's like a known sociological fact that you can't fight violence with violence.
Yeah,
it doesn't solve it; it just changes it. Take that, United States government and governments of the world.
This one was the prankster, and another kind of misleading. It shows him fight like against the prankster. The prankster actually appears in it in the
very last page,
and they talk about prankster a little bit. And the other guy, what's the guy's name? The card playing dude that wants to gamble with everybody's secrets and stuff.
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
Like I don't know if that's going to be the prankster.
It's interesting. I think it's interesting that he's going after the Tony
Zuko.
It looked like he was driving the mayor around.
Yeah, Tony Zuko is like the guy that killed Nightwing's parents is now the mayor's chauffeur, but he's supposed to be dead. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of it's like I don't know. It seems like Nightwing is like a split personality of Batman. Like they took that, like not in the comics but in real life. It's an odd thing to say, but like they took Batman in like the 80s when they made it the Dark Knight and split him where he's like, it's not about avenging his parents. He's just dark and wants to fight.
Yeah.
And now there's Nightwing that wants to actually avenge his fucking parents.
Yeah.
So it's like it seems like Nightwing is now a fraction of Batman.
And still kind of the basic, like he's got some gadgets and stuff, but he's not like there's not like a bat.
He doesn't have the money.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the financial backing.
Like he has to actually meet a guy, like I guess on Craigslist or whatever, to split an apartment. Like an apartment next to the L. So it's like every time the train goes by, it just goes crazy, and he like freaks. That was cool. He freaks out when the train goes by. He wouldn't expect it. It's like, dude, just call Alfred up and be like, Alfred, I'm gonna need about $1 million so I can.
It's like Soul Man, the movie with thumbs up.
Wow. The other thing I didn't like about it is I was hoping this would be where the Creeper came out because the Creeper would be a much better.
You just want the Creeper and everything. Creeper,
I do.
Quantum Wood in the Creeper.
Well, that's what they said was first
crossover.
When they showed the Nightwing cover that had all the ha 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 over it, they said that the whole conjecture was that was going to be where the Creeper was because ha 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 blah blah. And then you open it and like there's no the prankster as a character. He wasn't like crazy wacky making jokes.
You thought it was going to be the Creeper. I don't think everybody thought it was going to be the Creeper.
That was what I've read on like 3 websites. It was like, this is probably where this was early though. That's probably where the Creeper's going to be. And then they said prankster. And then another one said the Creeper's coming back. They actually straight up said the Creeper was coming back. And I just thought it would be a better fit to have the Creeper because he's like crazy acrobatic, wacky, Joker-esque kind of character. But the prankster in the book wasn't one of the big jokers. Like he's like, he makes a guy burn his money that he made illicitly. Yeah, but he also
is a prankster.
He's like, it's going to take an hour for the cops to get here, and it takes 1 minute for a bill to burn. You have enough money to keep burning for an hour to keep that wolf away from you that's going to attack you. But he had a briefcase full of money. There's way more than 60 bills in there. I'm sorry.
You probably club a wolf to death with the briefcase.
Yeah,
save the money.
I don't know. It was still a good issue. I was just disappointed.
He's the merry prankster. He's like a hippie from the 60s.
Oh, Jesus. Nova?
Yeah. Yava.
Nova's good. I like this book.
It is fun. It is very fun.
I don't know how it's going to be when McGinnis and Loeb leave, though. They're
it's
both
easy.
leaving the book.
They make it so light. It's not very. Like,
I just hope it doesn't. The next team doesn't try to change that.
no, they won't. They won't. I'm
really
sure.
like McGinnis's art. I think it looks great in this book.
Especially since the movie's coming out next year, they're not going to give a whole lot of leeway. That's probably why they're going to drop off because they realize that there's talented people writing it right now.
Yeah.
So that when they can replace it with company men, that'll just do what they're told. It'll be perfect. It'll be fine.
I hope so. Because so far it's really good. It's very fun. It's a very quick read too.
It's beautiful. I love the color.
Yeah, it's really neat.
I don't know how it gets. It's like super. It's like a plasma TV.
And the old Nova helmet was a big clunky like pot over their head. It just had the little.
Hey, too soon, buddy.
And this one's like cool. It's like a little more stylized helmet. I don't know. And then like I like to see the other little aliens in the
More
flashback.
aerodynamic for when you're flying through space with no friction whatsoever.
Aerodynamics. Come on, support it. But I like how the other little characters, the other little aliens in the flashback, they all had their little Nova helmet symbol. And even though one thing was like a little blob around.
Yeah.
This book is awesome, though.
Yeah.
If you like fun space books, if you like the old Marvel space stuff, cosmic stuff, like the old Nova and Quasar and books like stuff like that, it's like that.
Miniature Jesus.
What a weird book.
Oh, I like it.
Doesn't really tell you a whole lot so far. It's basically a recovering alcoholic who...
You do see the miniature Jesus.
Yeah, you do. Who has a demon on his shoulder trying to tell him to do bad things, and...
What I got out of it, though, from the whole story was, like, miniature Jesus, I thought was the guy, the main guy, somehow. He was the character that the title of the book was based on. I did not expect a miniature Jesus.
Real, like, off the specs on the wall.
Oh, my God, did that sell me. I was like, holy crap.
Or I thought it was going to be when they were showing the little demon in front and pops on his shoulder. I was like, okay, they're going to have a little generic angel. No, it's really Jesus, like, pops off the crucifix and is like... The last scene of the book is really cool.
But if miniature Jesus teams up with that guy and becomes his angel on the shoulder thing, that's tight.
Yeah.
That is bad. Like, because then it's basically turned into like a buddy cop thing, like almost like a...
Just hangs out on
his shoulder. It's almost like Midnight Run with Jesus. With Jesus and an alcoholic. Oh, God. I hope that's basically what I have to deal with at work, so that makes sense.
Oh, wow. And it's pretty quick read. It's an oversized book.
Is it? I didn't get a physical copy yet. They ordered it.
Is a little larger than your average comic.
Oh, dear. It's notebook paper size.
Yeah, and it's got that kind of paper smell to it.
Yeah, I like this. I like how this looks a lot.
Yeah, it's a great book. I mean, it's weird.
Oh, when he's talking to the dead cat.
Yeah.
Oh, it is good. It is everything about
and
this.
the interaction with the
Normal man. Sorry.
The scene again. That's so good.
Normal man.
Oh, Normal Man. All that stuff looks cool. That was like, that's a Spider Jerusalem kind of looking transmet thing. I don't know if it has anything to do with that, but it looks like it. So, Miniature Jesus, Ted McKeever. If you've been reading any comics for any amount of time, you know who Ted McKeever is. He's been around for a long time, and this is the first issue. And it's what, $4, $5?
I think it's $3.50. No, $3.99. Yeah,
and for
$3.50.
It's kind of, I don't know if it's quite as big as the Dia de los Muertes by Riley Rossmo, but it's kind of similar.
It's slightly smaller. It is definitely notebook paper size.
Yeah, but it's cool.
So be forewarned. Because
I got me a new copy coming because it's got all chewed at the bottom.
Zach did not appreciate the size of it.
Why?
It didn't fit in any bags.
You got to bag up your books. Come on, people, books to be read. If you're going to bag them, then CDC them and sell them.
Oh, dear.
Do it. All right, what else we got here?
I think we're out of the good stuff.
Mostly. Well, no. Exo Manowar and Bloodshot were both really good. Exo Manowar is the next part of Planet Death, Show Manowar.
This week, I vow to catch up on every single Valiant book.
They're really good.
I'm going to try.
I think you'll like them.
We'll
Because
see.
you only read Exo Zero, which is the original Valiant, right? You didn't read
It was the Exos they put out this year. Not the old foil.
That's what I thought you know.
I had that. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I had all this Valiant crap when it came out in the 90s, but I didn't read it. I got like because back in the 90s when you could like just ask them to like, you could send your shit away to get signed by Jim Lee, like all these people. Like I had a Wildcats thing signed by Jim Lee. Totally worthless. I was like, what the hell, man? It's like the Prism cover, like Wildcats. I think it was 2 or 0. I don't remember which one. It was like signed by Jim Lee and everything. Whatever. But then you could also, I think it was Valiant, where you could send off and they would send you back gold foil covers.
Well, they had their coupon thing for a while where you could get to get the Zero issues in the original ones, you had to cut coupons out of the books, and you couldn't see duplicates.
They had gold versions of the books.
Really?
I don't remember if it was Valiant or if it was a different company.
All right.
Moving on.
Exo. Planet Death, he's basically on the planet that the Vine come from, and he's fighting them. And this whole issue is basically him dealing with a couple of the Vine who worship him because the Manowar armor is the god of this planet. And one of the priests is like, you know, hey, it shows you're the god now, so I'm going to follow you around and worship you. And he's finding like some rebels and some survivors from when he when he was on the Vine ship, like time didn't pass like normal. He didn't age, but you know, hundreds of years passed and on the Vine planet and on Earth. So it's like the ancestors of his people on this Vine planet, and he's there, and he's, you know, the Vine are still coming at him, but he's trying to hide out with like rebels and stuff, and they basically whoop his ass, and they hurt him so bad that the armor has to go heal itself, so it like kicks off of him, and he's healing, and the armor's healing, and they capture the armor, but the rebels are.
Dude, you can see
that's awesome.
It'd be like raised gold lettering and shit.
That's cool.
It was cool as hell. Worthless. 90s, baby.
So Planet Death is really good. Lots of fighting. It's basically Conan in Iron Man suit for all intents and purposes. It's awesome. And then Bloodshot is continuation of the Harbinger Wars. And I guess it's part 3 of Harbinger Wars for the month.
For some reason to me, Bloodshot looks like Kratos from God of War.
Totally does. And this is him finding, like, the government still have to get him. So Project Rising Spirit, like, comes at him, but they send another group of guys after him, like another Black Ops team that don't really know what's going on. They're not really Project Rising Spirit. They're just sent by the government. And they don't realize that they are out of their element. And he whoops the shit out of them. And
holy Christ.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And he's still got these kids he's trying to, you know, rescue. And he finds a little abandoned town where he takes them. And then at the end, it has Toyo Harada comes and is saying he's his friend, even though he's really not. He just wants the Psyot kids for his group. And Bloodshot's like, no, fuck you. So just continuation of the Harbinger War is really good.
So it's like Adventures in Babysitting.
Exactly like that, but no guy in a Viking helmet. Or no kid in a Viking helmet.
No, you know who that was, right?
Who was it? I don't remember.
Vincent D'Onofrio was the Thor like car repair guy.
Yeah,
it's Vincent D'Onofrio.
Wow. Oh,
fun fact.
That's funny. Jesus, we did.
We're gonna do Darth Vader and the Ninja Assassin.
Yes, Darth Vader and the Ninth Assassin, which everybody I know reads as the Ninja Assassin. This was really good.
Yeah,
it's set right after Anakin becomes Darth Vader, or not right after, but not too long afterwards.
It's right after the Clone Wars,
and he, like, basically, there's just people are trying to send these assassins to kill Darth Vader because he's the hand of the Emperor, basically doing enforcing all these rules.
Everybody shit talks him too.
Yeah.
Like, I can't, like, because when you're introduced to Darth Vader in Star Wars, because Star Wars is dramatically after the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Because that everybody lives hundreds of years. But he's no one shits on him. No one's like, this guy's just a puppet. Yeah. But, yeah, everybody shits on Darth Vader like crazy.
But he sends all these, people are sending these assassins after him, and he's...
8 of them.
Yeah, and they're all, well...
Clever title, Night Assassin.
Yeah. Well, one of them, the guy, the story is from the perspective of a guy whose son was one of the assassins who goes after Darth Vader, who gets killed. And so he's after revenge, and he's going to find another assassin to kill Darth Vader. And there's been 8 that have been sent. He knows of 3 that have died, definitely, I think. And the others, he's like, I guess the others just ran off my money. And they're like, no, assassins can't live off of, like, taking half the money and leaving. And he goes, these guys, Darth Vader killed them all.
Yeah, yeah.
And I like the scene in the swamp where he's trying to find his little... the assassin's like home base or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a little twig and on a little hinge, so that's cool.
The whole thing was, I thought it was great. The whole story,
fun book, good art. I like this book a whole lot.
It would be a badass episode of like the Clone Wars.
Yeah, it would.
Which that show's over, so it doesn't really matter. But
let's see who wrote and drew this one. Because I like the art a whole lot.
Yeah,
script by Tom Seidel and pencils by Stephen Thompson, who I'm not familiar with either one of these guys, but. Is good. Yeah, it opens up with the scene of telling you kind of what Vader's all about, how he's the Emperor's right hand, and how this assassin comes in to try to kill him, and then it goes with his dad trying to find the 9th assassin. Clever title again.
Vader's kind of again the guy from Legend.
Yeah,
but the guy that's going to be the assassin looks like a badass.
Yeah, and the last panel's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a little cool reveal. Not reveal, but like a little cool twist. It's a fun book. I mean, you don't really have to know anything about the other. There's a lot of Star Wars books out there, and it's really overwhelming trying to figure out what's what and where to start. You can just pick up this book and not have read. And you have to know about Star Wars, obviously.
I think that's kind of the case with all of the like separate story, like the.
There have been some of the future stuff, the kids. That's hard, man. Like I don't know that. But yeah, this is really good. So Ninth Assassin, Darth Vader, Ninth Assassin,
Not Ninja Assassin.
not Ninja Assassin. No. I guess we got a couple. Black Beetle #3 is really good. Are you reading that?
No, that's like the classic character.
Yeah, it's noir stuff, but it's unlike the Dynamite stuff, which isn't bad. I don't mind the Dynamite stuff, but they just put out too much, and I'm really getting tired of there being 50 covers for everything. This is just good.
That is a good cover, though.
Standalone noir crime stuff, and he's not afraid to kill his enemies, and it's kind of like classic old detective stuff. He's undercover trying to in a nightclub talking to the hot singer girl, trying to figure out who owns the club, and it's just,
Alicia Keys,
basically. And it's only 4 issues out so far, and this was the story. No Way Out was a story that was in Dark Horse Presents, so if you can get those issues, you can read it. And I know they're going to put this out in a trade too. There's one more issue of No Way Out, and I guess it's going to be ongoing. I'm blind.
They seem to be. I mean, I haven't read Masks, but is Masks Dynamite or is it?
Mask is Dynamite.
Okay.
And Black Beetle is Dark Horse. It has nothing to do with any of the Dynamite stuff. This is totally separate, but it's just in that noir vein. But Mask is like the Justice League kind of thing of all those characters,
of all the public domain characters.
Yeah. And some of them are really, the Mask book itself is pretty good, and some of the other ones were. I heard that the Miss Fury one was garbage.
I liked it.
Really? Oh, it got slammed online.
I mean, it's not like you're not breaking down barriers. It's not literature, but it's fun.
Excuse me.
It's real fun, I thought. It's violent.
I like the Shadow.
Vicious.
Yeah. I like the Shadow and the Spider. It just got to be, I had to trim some books because I was reading too much.
There's future Nazis in it.
I like future Nazis.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Moon Nazis?
Future Moon Nazis.
Have you watched that?
Yeah. That was awesome.
I know, right?
So good. Did you read Wonder Woman 19?
Wonder Woman? No, I can't read any of the Wonder Woman stuff.
It's really good. There's no real what the fuck moment. It shows.
I don't like the art.
Really? I like it.
I mean, it's it's unique and different, but I don't really want that out of Wonder Woman.
It's kind of masculine.
I think the reason that like how the different art works for like Hawkeye is because Hawkeye's not a major character.
Yeah.
Even though he kind of is now.
Well, now, yeah. Okay, Revival. I've gone over Revival a couple of times. I think I'm one of the only people reading this book right now around here. It's continuing like normal. It's less about the zombie stuff and more about the interaction with the people in this book now. So there's a lot of other side stuff going on. There's like a side plot about like organ harvesting, and like a truck wrecks in the town and spills over, and all these like parts dump out of it, and they're like, "Oh shit!"
You ever see Ready to Rumble?
Yes.
It's like when the sewage truck not like tips over and there's shit everywhere, and then the toilet paper truck goes.
Wow,
that movie's good.
So if you like Revival already,
you still will.
You still will. It's just less on about like the people coming back and more of the character interaction with people in the town already. And we're hoping to have Jenny Frison, I think that's how you pronounce her name, on the show at some point soon. She said she would be glad to be on. I saw her at a convention a couple weeks ago, and she's the cover artist for Revival, and her art is amazing. So we'll hopefully have her on sometime soon. But Revival's great. If you like it, you'll like it.
Should we do He-Man?
Let's do He-Man.
Ugh.
It
seems like they think people give two shits about the actual Eternia or whatever.
Yeah, they're going way too political about it and way too bad. And just like let them fight. Like let all these. You got a million cool He-Man characters to choose from.
Where the hell's like Manny Faces or whatever?
Yeah. Like, there's no Manny Faces. There's no like. I didn't see a Battle Cat. I didn't see a.
For some reason, Tila starts to get naked.
Yeah, she's just walking down the hallway, stripping her clothes off. The Sorceress is dead. Hordak and his daughter are the bad guys, and
no Skeletor,
and it's a continuation, I guess, of the 6th issue that just happened. Which I read the first issue that was written by James Robinson. It was pretty good, and then Keith Giffen, I think, took over after 2nd issue. I didn't really care for it. I was hoping this would be its own new thing, but it's really not. It's like straight off the last page of the other one, basically, because they're going into the funeral of the Sorceress. I don't know. The art's not bad. I was hoping to be better than this, though. It's not. If you're a fan of the old He-Man cartoon series and you like the characters and you just want to see crazy action, this isn't for you right now.
Yeah, this is for if you write He-Man fan fiction.
Yeah.
There can't be that many people out there doing that.
I bet they're a small yet dedicated group. He transforms. Prince Adam turns into He-Man like 5 pages from the end, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not for me.
It sucked. I did not like it. I did look through that too.
Wolverine and X-Men 27 AU, and which is not only a direct tie-in to Age of Ultron 6, it actually happens in the middle of Age of Ultron 6. Like, you have to read the first half of Age of Ultron 6, and then stop, and then go read Wolverine and the X-Men 27 AU, and then once it's over, go back and finish Age of Ultron 6. It happens directly in the middle of the book.
Why is the Invisible Woman in this?
They explain that in Age of Ultron. In Age of Ultron, they're splitting. Like, they're going to send a group to the future to kill Ultron, right? And they have a group going, and then some of them are going to stay behind. And Wolverine, the obvious brilliant move. Wolverine makes it clear, no, we shouldn't be going to the future where Ultron knows everything that's going to happen. We should go into the past to kill Hank Pym so Ultron never gets made. They all no, we can't do that. So,
they even bring up the would you kill Hitler?
Yeah,
crap.
And they instead of stopping Wolverine, tying him up, bringing him with them to the future, they just leave him there in a room full of technology. And of course, he goes back in time to kill Hank Pym, and that's what happens in this. In Wolverine, it leads up to this in Age of Ultron, and then Wolverine and X-Men is the whole story of him doing it. And basically, after he appears in the past, he knows there's somebody with him, and Sue Storm sneaks behind him, and she's like, "I want to go with you." Because, you couldn't do this alone, and I don't know if I'm going to let you do it, and we got to think about this, and you needed somebody to be with you, blah, blah.
I almost can't even imagine a storyline I could care less about.
The actual idea of it is cool. It's just not well done. There's gaps. There's badly written.
These can't be the same people that made, the same company that made Civil War. Civil War was good. I loved it.
Yeah, it was. There's been a lot of.
They've been eating dick since then with their giant events and stuff. I didn't really have too much of a problem with Secret Invasion, but
it was fun. There was a lot of cool stuff you could do with that. There was a whole lot of weird, that's been a scroll the whole time. That explains some stuff, and
because ultimately you couldn't like Marvel Zombies and then shit on Secret Invasion.
No.
So I get the alternate crap you can do, but this is just crap.
So Age of Ultron is
not liking it.
Basically, he goes back and he's going to kill Hank Pym, and it tells you basically that Hank Pym, the whole way that, and this might be in continuity, I don't know, that Hank Pym thought of Ultron because they'd had Dragon Man, who was an early artificial intelligence, and he's getting the idea to go better because he's got Dragon Man's body in front of him. I don't know, but then Wolverine is fighting Hank Pym, and
how could that last more than 2 seconds?
It really shouldn't.
Yeah.
Wolverine gets him and is getting ready to give the killing blow, and Sue Storm uses her force field to stop him, and then he basically talks her and let him go, and he kills Hank Pym. And then it, basically ends there, and in Age of Ultron, all the heroes that are fighting Ultron in the future, where they come to the future where the whole world is no living being, it's all machinery, but it's all covered most of the planet, and it's this crazy looking, beautiful, all machinery world, and all these little mini Ultron robots are coming at them, and they're whooping their ass, they're killing them. Captain America gets beheaded, and just all this crazy stuff. And the one in Wolverine and the X-Men, the Brood.
Yeah, he's throwing up broods.
Yeah, the Brood. He finds a Brood. I guess he didn't realize
the Brood didn't even look like the Brood. Yeah, that's why it didn't look all gnarly like the Brood.
Well, did you catch that? That's why it looks like that now, because he caused it. Because the Brood can adapt if they're hurt or whatever, they adapt instantly, or the Queen adapts to
his digestive system.
Yeah, so basically this Brood jumps in his throat, and he has a Brood baby out of his stomach, and he kills it. But because he kills it so easily, it the Queen Brood gets realizes how the babies are killed, and so she adapts instantly to it. So now all the Brood babies after that are going to adapt like that. So basically, the reason that they're scaled and have claws and all this stuff is because Wolverine killed one in the past, and that's why they're so hard to fight in the future, because Wolverine made them like this. They used to be just little squirmy looking things, and then he causes them to be badass little death machines.
Yeah.
Fuck. So it's just I don't like how this is going. I keep hoping it's going to get better. Like I said last week, one issue's all right, and the next issue goes down. This issue was just nah.
Just go back and read Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
If you want to see everybody in the Marvel Universe die, just go back and read that. The Krang. Did we do the Krang one yet?
Yeah, we do Krang. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Micro Series Villains #1 Krang. Largest goddamn title.
This is the weirdest.
So it's basically one shot of a villain. They did one shots of all the turtles.
And it's basically a Squidbillies comic.
Yeah, it really is. Poor little Krang. Picked on by his dad. So
whiny bitch Squidbilly.
Yeah, so he picked on everybody else. His dad still didn't like him, and I don't know. This is still a fun book.
Yeah, it's probably the worst Ninja Turtles book that they've made so far, but it's still good.
Yeah. Which is saying something, that the worst Ninja Turtle book on the planet so far is still better than Age of Ultron 6.
Oh, God, yeah. It's better than Uncanny Avengers. It's better than most Marvel books.
I went back and reread. I've got like the first 10 issues of Turtles and a couple of the micro series ones. And I've only read like the first 4 or 5. And I don't know why I just couldn't get into it. I got into it.
It's long. It's dense.
Yeah, it is kind of a tough read sometimes. So I went back and reread the stuff I read and then caught up to what I had, which is about halfway to current. It's really good.
It's super good.
And I liked it before. I think I just had other stuff going on. It was like every week I'd get to it going, I can read all these books in the same amount of time I can read this one book, you know. But I went back and read it. It's really, really good.
It's very, very word heavy.
Yeah.
There's a lot more reading and a lot less action.
Yeah.
It's ironic.
Another good one I forgot about, Daredevil 25. This book continues to be really good. You get a little more of, you still don't know who is after Daredevil, but he fights a guy. Like, you know, they've been leading up to this, that they're trying to recreate the accident that hurt Daredevil and gave him all these hypersenses. And he finally fights a villain who I guess they've perfected it on. And so he fights him through the whole book, and he's kind of getting his ass whooped, and you think he's going to get the upper hand. And this is one I don't want to spoil because it's really good. It's a continuation of the story that's going on, but it's fantastic. The villain that's in this looks really cool. And the fight scenes are really good. It's like classic Daredevil fighting everywhere. Like, not just like acrobatic style, but there's like straight boxing and like grappling. And it's crazy. Like, this is a really fun book. And he talks about how he's got to fight a guy with radar senses, so he starts using some of the tricks against him that people have used against him before. And also some of the tricks he's always wished people would never use against him, and they haven't yet, so he uses them against the bad guy. It's a fun book, man. It's really, really fun. I like it a lot. Daredevil 25, Mark Waid. Can't beat it.
You did Catwoman. You read it?
What's that? I tried.
Yeah, I tried too.
This book is a piece of shit. Fuck this book. I don't know why this book is on the shelf. There's so many other books that got canceled so far that were better than this.
So, yeah, like OMAC, is that you're getting into?
OMAC is one of them. But never. I would have rather they kept DC Universe because
you could have thrown anything you wanted in DC Universe.
Because some of the stuff in DC is not been good, but some of that Dead Man story at the beginning was great. The Vandal Savage that was like 9 through 10 or 9 through 12 was really good. There's been good stuff in there. If you got something that's not doing well, it's going to be over in a couple issues anyway.
They need to have like. I don't know why they both don't have just a blank comic that they put out monthly that can just be whatever character doing whatever.
You would think.
I mean, it just makes sense to have like even like non-continuity based shit. Like, just do it.
I guess the only reason they don't is because people, they can't really predict what it's going to be. Because if you get consistent sales on a book, you kind of know what it's going to be every month. And with this one,
digital first. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I would be down with that.
There's no excuses there.
I mean, they do it with Batman and Superman.
No
they're going to be doing it with Superman.
Batman Beyond is a digital first comic.
Yeah, they do basically anthologies of that character, and it works well. I don't know. They need to do something because I didn't mind. I've read most of DC Presents. I didn't read the one with.
Holy fuck.
Oh, my dog has been dropping bombs today. Good job, dog.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know you're from Chechnya. It's a Chechen husky.
Hey, bro.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't get why Catwoman is still on the shelf. I understand they want to do female-centered books. There's a million other female characters in DC Universe that deserve a book over Catwoman. Like, I'm hoping that they're going to stick her, now that she's in JLA and they've got a place for her, leave her in there. You can tell Adventures over in there. Get off. This book's fucking terrible.
It probably sells. There's probably like creeps out there that just buy it for the latex fetish.
It must be. It's bad. Badly done. Badly laid out. Badly written. It's not a good book. If you can't tell, fuck this book. I don't know. There's so many other characters out there that haven't brought back yet, or that are in other books, or they've gotten canceled. Like, I didn't love Team 7, but it's better than Catwoman. You know, there's a lot of other books.
Is the Blue Beetle book still going?
No, Blue Beetle got canceled.
That was a good book.
Firestorm was getting pretty solid there. It got canceled. There's been a bunch of other books that are better than Catwoman that are gone now, and I like OMAC. I know a lot of people don't, but I thought it was better than this. Justice League International wasn't great, but they could have another book that has so many characters. They could rotate some characters out. They could easily change that book up if they wanted. It's not like a single like Catwoman. You can't make Catwoman any better if she's just bad.
You could drop Catwoman and bring back Sergeant Rock, but make Sergeant Rock a woman. There you go.
I would do that. I'd read it.
Be interesting. Be like G.I. Jane with friggin' what's her guts. Viggo Mortensen. With Demi Moore.
All right, what else do we got here? I had 2 rants, but I don't remember what the other one was.
You got Adventure Time.
Oh, you did.
Adventure Time was. If you haven't, it's just as good. There's no change in the quality. It's top shelf Adventure Time storytelling. With this one had like a prankster guy. I can't remember his damn name off the top of my head, but it's all the princesses were there having some like princess party, and this like joke telling like this dickhead guy. I can't remember his name. I'm trying to find it real quick, but you have to see it's a standalone story, and it's crazy because Finn and Jake lose the ability to talk. He like steals it. The guy, the like prankster guy, steals it from him. I can't remember his damn name, but so they're all speaking. They keep trying to talk, and they just are talking in when they get back to BMO, it's emoticons, but they're speaking in like rebuses, like it's just like pictures representing what they're trying to say and shit. So then there's a chunk of this book where there's no words, and it's just you're reading pictures to tell the story.
That's awesome,
and it tells the fucking story. Like it's insane.
Wow,
it's so fucking smart. This book is absurd that it's.
Well, I mean,
now we found out that it's got nominated for all those Eisners, it makes total fucking sense, and it probably will win a lot of them.
I see it winning at least.
It will. It has to. It's so goddamn good. It's like it's good at that level, at that art comic level, like the Harvey Pekar level and the freaking Art Spiegelman level.
I don't know though, because one of the judges for it is one of the judges for the Eisners this year has had stuff published by Fantagraphics, and Fantagraphics has 24 nominations.
Oh yeah.
And this guy also made a big rant that earlier, like last year, I guess early last year, before the Before Watchmen stuff came out, that he was going to boycott anything done by any of the creators that had anything to do with Before Watchmen. He's like, I will not read or do it. I was like, how you got some guy that's so obviously like closed-minded, and has done work for the company that's most nominated? I don't know. That just seems very not neutral to me.
Yeah. Objective?
Not a bit. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying the guy's doing this, but it leaves a bad taste. And there was articles about it I read too. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Kind of like when my dog farts. Leaves a bad taste.
Jesus.
Six Gun, Sons of the Gun, number 3. This is the one shots of each of the guys that held the guns underneath the general, underneath Jennifer. Why did I say Jennifer?
Yeah.
General Bedford Hume. This one is on Will Arsene. And this is after the general's dead. Oh, spoiler, if you haven't been reading something else. I mean, the guy comes back from the dead on and off, so it's not like he's going to stay dead. You know, he's like he dies, comes back, dies, comes back. But this guy, after it happens, he was really close to the general, so he didn't know what to do. So he decides to go back home to find his mom. And it turns out his mom is crazy, and evidently he's like a son of a demon or a devil or something. And his mom's all crazy. It looks like the Goon.
The mom?
Like, it's like goon art, very goon art.
Oh, yeah.
And she decided to have more kids while he was gone, and these are all his brothers and sisters. Like, they're all like crazy mutants. And then he ends up meeting what I guess is supposed to be his dad at the end. This is a twist little book. If you like the Six Gun at all, this is really cool because you get a little more insight into the other bad guys in the book. And they're just little one-shots. And if the price of the main book is any indication, you want to pick these up before it gets outrageous. I'm sure they'll put this in a trade paperback form at some point. It only makes sense to do it, but it's very good. I guess one of the only 2 things we have left are things that were bad, so let's talk about them.
Oh, I didn't look at this.
Oh, man.
We can go into that then.
Let's do House of Golden Bones, number 1.
Oh, God.
When I saw that this was being solicited a couple months ago in previews, I was pretty excited because We mentioned, the dude from
Slipknot.
Well, no, who's the guy that did Umbrella Academy? The dude from.
Oh, the guy from My Chemical Romance?
Yeah, that was a good book. And then Polarity a couple weeks ago from Max Bemis from Say Anything was a good book.
Claudio Sanchez. He does good work.
All the stuff from
Armory Wars.
And Keeping Secrets of the Sun on Earth and all that was good. And so I was like, hey, it's Corey Taylor. I like Slipknot. That's, I'm not supposed to admit that because it's not cool to like Slipknot, but I like Slipknot stuff.
It's not?
I guess, yeah. I know a lot of hipsters.
Well, hipsters don't like metal, so...
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what they think.
Well, part of the thing now is metal is very cool to like.
Is it?
You have to like black metal and uber death metal and
yeah, I like it. It's okay,
but you can't like stuff like this. So,
I'll listen to a Dimmu Borgir album any day.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I had a lot of hope for this book, and it really wasn't very good. I'm kind of disappointed. Art's not bad.
This art's bad.
That art's terrible. We'll talk about that book in a second. This art's not bad. It just, this whole issue just kind of ran in circles and didn't do anything. It's like, for a horror book, you got to grab me, and it's not very scary at all. Like, there's nothing in there that was like, oh, that's terrifying. Like, dude wakes up in a dream, or supposedly in a dream or another world, totally accepts it like it's no big deal, starts getting chased by shit, ends up in a house where he finds a doppelganger of himself who starts to be very cryptic explaining things, and then sends him on a mission to find the House of Golden Bone. And it's really...
It's just weird for the sake of weird, mostly.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate the effort, but it's like a lot of forced swearing and that kind of crap.
The dialogue is not very natural.
The dialogue is not very good, but the end, I'm like, really? Are you 486?
Yeah.
It's the abortion pill?
Yeah.
Like...
Some of it's very forced. I don't know. I'm going to try issue 2. Maybe he just isn't very good at opening. I don't know. And for a book called Overture, it's a terrible opening.
And to be fair, there's an excerpt from his book in here. Mm-hmm. And his writing in the book, much better than his writing for the comics. So. Yeah,
and I don't know. I mean, I'll read issue 2 and see if it goes anywhere, but it just was a poor start to a horror book. It just wasn't.
I didn't like it.
It didn't grab me. So the art's not bad. Like, I like the art. The colors are good. It's
like the
clean art.
The idea and the content could be where it just didn't warrant a stronger opening.
Yeah.
Because there could be some crazy shit that's coming on because they are just saying, are you 46 over and over again? And it's like, hey, here's some crazy shit about to go down. So, second issue might vindicate the first issue. We don't know that yet.
I'm going to give it a shot. I mean...
he's clearly, you can read the excerpt from his book in there and see that he can write. I mean, the guy can write a goddamn... He does a lot of spoken word now, too.
Yeah.
So,
and I've seen some interviews with the guy, and I've seen him on some other shows.
I like him more and more the less Slipknotty he is.
Yeah, when he's just a dude.
But I hate Stone Sour.
Yeah. With
every fiber of my being.
Just reading some interviews with him and seeing him on some shows and stuff, like after the dude and Slipknot died. Like, he's a pretty interesting dude. He's smart.
Smile.
All right, and the last book, I hate to end on a bad note. But what the hell? This is Aspen Comics. They're doing 10 for 10 because it's their 10-year celebration. So they're going to have 10 books this year that come out for $1.
And they're still overpriced.
Yeah. Well, I think what came out last week?
Couldn't care less.
I don't remember what came out before. Jirni. And I thought it was like the name of the chick. No, it's actually like them just being cute to spell journey. Like it's her journey. The art...
Well, they do have like genies, like Jins, the DJIN.
Yeah. But I thought that was going to be it, but I read a little synopsis. He was like, yeah, this is her journey to find herself.
This looks exactly like another book that I saw not so long ago.
This looks like...
it looks like an Avenging Spider-Man, like the beginning Avenging Spider-Man with the moloids.
Yeah, and it kind of reminds me of... The art reminds me
Minus anything good.
Battle Chasers kind of art.
It's awful.
Like that super, super stylized, exaggerated, really bright colors, but there's too much color going on, so it all kind of muddies.
Everyone's built like Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, everybody in this book is built like Nicki Minaj, and they're all wearing tiny thongs and metal bustiers and carrying giant swords and lots of blood, and they've all got crazy, that chunky hair that I fucking hate when artists do. It's like draw hair or don't draw hair, but I hate when they draw this hair. You got like 9 chunks. You got a lion's mane. I don't know, this book, and it's too much purple. Like, everything's fucking purple.
Even Prince would hate it.
Yeah. It's like every page is like, all right, we're going to go kind of a beige look on this page. And then, I don't know.
Fucking sucks.
And then, oh, yeah, here's a bunch of muddy art.
Yeah, it's like it's probably some dickhead tattoo artist that started to make a comic book.
Yeah, it's that real shitty new school art. I don't know.
It's garbage.
And it's J.T. Kroll, who I'm not super fond of. I've read good stuff from him before, but at the same time, he did Green Arrow, when the New 52, and that wasn't good at all.
Did you see, if you don't want to end it on a shitty note, then did you see Bodie Troll?
No, I didn't get to read it, but it looked cool.
Oh my god, it's so adorable.
It looked really cool. That and Victorian Secret Agents looked good, and I didn't get a copy of that either.
Bodie Troll is just like that through the whole thing.
That's awesome looking.
Who does
that? What company?
Red 5?
Oh, yeah, those are the guys that do Atomic Robo.
Yeah. It's Jay Fosgate is the guy that does it. He draws it and writes it. But, yeah, it's like this troll that's like trying to be this scary troll. But, oh, yeah, you have to read it because there's fucking goats in the very beginning.
Oh, hell yeah, I gotta read it.
The goats just walk up to him and start licking the shit out of him because he's too cute to be afraid.
That's awesome.
It's hilarious. And it's just about him, and he just hangs out at this bar and like everybody just thinks he's too cute, and they just pick on him for being adorable, and it's so funny. It's kind of a kid's book. I mean, it's not kind of a kid's book. It's clearly a fucking kid's book. Yeah. But there's another. It's weird enough for an adult to read. First the creep.
I'll check it out. Yeah, I saw it in on mycomicshop.com before Wednesday, but that's a book obviously that they're not going to carry a whole lot of in the shop, so it was sold out when I got there. But I'll pick it up. It's got goats.
Did somebody bought it from Famous?
I think so, yeah.
It was there when I was there. I was like,
okay, so there was. Okay, so yeah,
I was gonna get it, and I was like,
unless I flipped over because I kind of overlooked
I should have bought it.
He-Man too, but I forgot that that's a DC book, so I always go immediately to the indie books to make sure I can get the stuff that might sell out that they only have 1 or 2 copies of.
Like miniature Jesus.
Yeah,
sons of bitches.
they're getting more in. You're still gonna get like 4 more in this week. So.
I know.
All right, that's all the books for the week. Do a little stuff from our sponsors. Don't forget Free Comic Book Day. Free Comic Book May is coming up very, very soon.
Well, here,
yeah. Free Comic Book Day is coming up all over the country.
If you don't live here, tough shit for you.
Yeah. But Free Comic Book May for West Melbourne, Famous Faces and Funnies, every Saturday in May. 10 free comics, and they have, if you're worried about bringing your kids, because there might not be kid-oriented stuff, they always have a separate table that is all kid stuff. And then they do all the free comic book stuff for Free Comic Book Day for the first week. And then every week after that, they have more of those books, but they also have tables set up with different genres. They'll have superhero stuff. They'll have more adult, or not adult, like porn, but like more serious.
They got tons of porn everywhere. It's great.
All kind of porn.
Top shelf is where the porn is.
Yeah. They got another shelf for more like funny-oriented books, and they got just different genres set up, so kind of if you're looking for certain things, it's easier.
Yeah, like one day is like superhero comics, another, or one day is DC, or no, is it? No, one's superhero. Who cares?
I don't know.
Separate themes for each of the Saturdays in May.
And you get a punch card if you come in every week, and if you spend at least 3, you come in and get free comics no matter what. And there's guys in the back doing sketches. I know Jim Fern is going to be there. He's done Fables and stuff like that. Good artist. They're going to have several local artists also, but there'll be free sketches in the back. If you got any Jim Fern stuff, you can bring it in. He'll sign it for you. And all the stuff's free, but if you do come in and spend a little bit of money, if you only spend $3, you get a punch in your punch card. And if you get a punch for every Saturday in May, on that 4th Saturday, once your punch card is full, you get a free graphic novel of your choice. And they've got it from a selection that they have.
Which is usually a really, really good selection, too.
Yeah, it's not like throwaway stuff. They always have stacks of Walking Dead and Why the Last Man. They'll probably have some Saga. They have Lock and Key one year. They've got a ton of stuff, so it's good stuff. And they also have some, not just regulars, they had some of those essentials, which were awesome, like the big phone book, black and white Marvel that Marvel does, and the Showcase Presents one too that DC does, where you get like 40 issues or something in one book. It's all black and white, but it's a ton of good stuff. But so just come in and spend $12 for the whole month. Come in and buy basically 1 book a week, and you'll get a free graphic novel or trade paperback at the end of the month. Yeah,
some of the trades that they're giving away, the first volumes is what they usually give away. But some of them they're giving away is Why the Last Man's first volume, Walking Dead, Scott Pilgrim, The Boys, Morning Glories, like great shit. So
all kinds of good stuff. So if there's
I got Preacher last year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, right.
So if there's something that maybe you've been thinking about reading and don't want to spend the money on, it's a good way to get started on it. You know, it's free. Come in.
Holy shit! I didn't know this. Sorry.
Well, good.
Get Your Fun On is participating in it too. If you spend $5 each week at Get Your Fun On, you get a $10 gift card after that
Nice.
at the end of the month. So I was like, holy shit!
Hell yeah, that's easy to spend $5. Go in there, so you spend $8. Spend $5 to Get Your Fun On, and $3 at Famous Faces. So you buy one comic and like 2 booster packs a week, and
save one of your comics in your folder or whatever. You know, like
yeah. Or buy they have or buy some dice or something. They have all kinds of stuff to get.
What other stupid or or Get Your Fun On? Yeah, get some cards. They did get they ran out because I kept pushing them to get the Power Rangers card game.
Yeah,
and he finally gets in like 5 cases or whatever. Sold all of them out really really fast. I'm like, yeah, dude.
There's some older games he's got up there, and I guess they're the newer printings, newer versions of the older games. But I want to go pick them up. I want to get the Illuminati card game. I used to love that when I was younger. That was fun.
There's a shitload of good games there.
Yeah, and all the Cthulhu card game. The not the one where it's a collectible card game. You basically buy the set and you have all the cards you need.
Yeah, I got
it's like lots of mini sets. Those are fun. He's got all the Arkham horror stuff up there.
I just got the DC like New 52 deck building game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it like this? Is it collectible or is it like
no? It's deck building. It's like it comes with all the cards. Like,
oh, nice.
Yeah. There's a Marvel one, and then there's a DC one. Now there's a brand new Batman game there.
I might have to check those out. And he has all the Munchkin stuff. He has lots of miniature games. He's got a ton of stuff up there. And they have game night every Thursday. And they have a smaller game night on Mondays for people that want to come into a little quieter setting to play some of the more elaborate games like Arkham Horror and stuff that takes a little longer and a little more concentration for. Because some of those games are elaborate, man. Like Arkham Horror takes an hour to set up. It's so fun, but you better set aside 5 or 6 hours to play that game. It's a blast, but that's your afternoon, man, if you're going to play it. So be sure you check out Famous Faces and Funnies and Get Your Fun On in West Melbourne, Florida. They're in the same building, so you just walk in. Yeah. It's 2 shops in one. So you don't
turn your head to the left when you walk in. There's Get Your Fun On. Turn your head to the right, and there's Sean.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Famous Faces.
Buy lock and key.
Lock and key is right here.
I got to go to the mall. My brother's getting married twice this month. We don't know where Sean is besides his Deadliest Catch fantasy team. I don't know. I hope he's all right. And Mark has chickens. Did you know that? He has crazy chickens.
Yeah. He said that they're like changing the laws about having
livestock
in your backyard.
We might be able to have chickens because
what about goat?
I don't know. I think it's just a chicken thing. It's like fowl, yard fowl is what it says.
I bet you can have a goat. When I lived in Lake City, there was goats everywhere.
I don't know. Like I know our specific homeowners association here says we can't, but supposedly the ordinance is overriding it. So at least the chicken ones. So I will have a chicken coop with some chickens, dude, in a heartbeat. That's awesome. Because Mark told us a story. This is a hilarious story.
Your neighbors will hate you.
Oh no, absolutely, that's okay. He told us a story that like people come up there and eat. There's a Chinese place next to the store that people go to all the time, and most people they go to Chinese food and they don't eat the rice. You get the whole thing of white rice. And they don't eat it, which is ridiculous because white rice is delicious. Yeah. And so the people who leave this rice, he'll take it home for his chickens. He's only got like 6 chickens, and he had 10. I guess some dogs got in, which sucks. But he'll take the rice home and feed it to the chickens. They love it, and he'll come out the front door and they see him coming, and it's like. They all attack him for this rice, and so he's like, one day he comes home, he's like, oh, I'll sneak out the backyard, go out the back door, get kind of next to their little chicken house or whatever, and he's like, now I can spread it out before they come out. And he's like, he didn't see any of the chickens, so he kind of peeks around the corner or up around the front yard, and all the chickens see him and they start running towards him. I didn't know chickens run like this, but evidently they extend full length, full height when they run, and they're like just. Yeah. Like feet overhead, running with their beaks extended out, and he said they look like little fucking velociraptors. And he said he'd try to get a recording of it next time because it'd be hilarious. He said they run it just like he was the last thing on earth that had food, man.
They're starting to think too that's actually because they're descended from velociraptors too, because they're starting to think that dinosaurs actually had feathers.
Yeah,
which makes sense too.
I want to see crazy chickens running. Like I bet that's terrifying.
El Pollo Loco.
El Pollo Loco. My favorite is Pollo Diablo Loco, which is the crazy devil chicken. So go check out the shop. It's a great place. Also,
speaks Latin.
Also, go check out InvestComics. InvestComics.com has reviews and speculator stuff and lots of interviews. Jay's been doing a lot of interviews lately. Some a lot of stuff from MegaCon he's been spreading out over the last few weeks. Right now, he's got some interviews up with Gail Simone. And there's actually a contest on there where you can go win a free Gail Simone signed copy of Villains United #1 every week. he does an article called InvestComics Hot Picks, where he picks some of the stuff that's coming out that week, or books that have been ongoing, and he tries to stick with stuff that's going to be, that comes out on a regular basis, not stuff that pops up once every 6 months. But he picks books that thinks are going to be hot that might have a little investment value, or just something maybe that if a book's coming out like Guardians of the Galaxy, he lets you know where you can find first appearances of those characters or early key appearances. So it's a really good article you can check out every week. And this week he talks about East of West #2 that's coming out next week, which I'm really stoked about. Rachel Rising, which we mentioned earlier in the show, is a really hot book right now, and new issue comes out of that soon. That is a really good book. If you like Terry Moore, he's a guy that did Strangers in Paradise for years, and his art is just beautiful. And he self-publishes this too, which is awesome. So I urge people to go buy the single issues of this book while it's coming out. If you can't get the old ones in singles, you can't afford it, pick up the trades. But the singles keep him going. It's not like DC or Marvel where if the singles aren't selling a lot, the trades make up for it, because he's got to be able to, to float the boat for this book as it's coming out. So, what else are you talking about this week? This InvestComics this week was a little thin. He said there wasn't a whole lot of stuff that he was really hyping, but I know East of West #2 was the big one.
And Jupiter.
Oh yeah, Jupiter's Children. That looks awesome.
Jupiter's Legacy.
Jupiter's Legacy. That's what it is.
#1. He's supposed to be a sellout, and he was right about a lot of the sellouts almost every time. So
yeah, Mighty Skull Kickers, which is funny because every Skull Kickers is like a #1 now.
Yeah,
that's all like a rip off, like Uncanny Skull Kickers and Astonishing Skull Kickers or whatever.
Did you see who was in Avengers 10?
No.
Omega Flight.
Really awesome. Oh, speaking of weird stuff coming, is they said Angel is going to be in the Guardians of the Galaxy and at the end of Age of Ultron. They're saying now that Marvel Man is not going to be appearing. That is not the case. We'll see. I don't know. But anyway, go check out InvestComics Hot Picks, see what else they have. But he's always doing interviews and videos and stuff, and he's always doing giveaways. Every time he goes to a convention or meets up with creators, he gets stuff signed and he gives it away. Over the weeks with the interviews and stuff. Usually just involves going and checking out the video and sharing it or whatever, or liking it or whatever. So just go check it out. Maybe you can win some cool free stuff. The Villains United, #1, signed by Gail Simone. Also, one of our wonderful, wonderful partners in crime is the Con Artist Entertainment. You can go check them out on comicconartist.net. We talked about their Kickstarter, Joshua Black. If you're wondering about why that's not up right now, it was almost over. They only had 5 days left. They met their goal. They were really, really close to their first stretch goal, which I know Jason loves. Cool. And some fucking douchebag, who I hope is listening because you're a piece of shit, decided to file basically a copyright infringement kind of intellectual property infringement thing, saying that their book was too similar to his book, even though I believe their book was out way before this. But this guy has a habit of doing this. There's an article on Bleeding Cool about it. We'll link to that too, where this guy's a known hack who rips off other people's art and rips off other people's writing, rips off a lot of their stuff, and he's very well known for it. Been lots of instances, and he put up a complaint, and so Kickstarter had to suspend the Joshua Black Kickstarter temporarily while they investigated. Well, we have heard from Kickstarter it is going to be back up. There is no meat to the story. Basically, it's bullshit. The guys, this is not infringing in any way. It's just totally original from Martin Dunn. It's going to be back up. It's supposed to be up by the latest the 23rd, and there's 5 days left on it. So once it goes back up, they'll finish out the 5 days, and then it'll be funded. So go check out the Joshua Black Kickstarter. Well, I'll put the article up on the Facebook page. And like I said, if you go check out comicconartist.net, you can see everything else Con Artist does. They've got a whole entertainment network with podcasts every day. The Con Artist podcast, Vodka and Video Games, Smash Comics, Us, all kinds of stuff every week. Plus, they put out lots of different comics. They've got some stuff coming out for Free Comic Day. They've got Joshua Black, Zombie Squad, Stronger Than Fiction, Devil 6. Devil 6 looks really good. It's kind of a weird West tale, and I'm a sucker for that. Teddy Monster Slayer. It's kind of up your alley, I think. So be sure to go check them out. Con Artist Entertainment's great stuff. I think you'll really like it. What else do we have? Oh, let's go check out the Laser Fist comic of the week. Since Jason got a kick out of the last one. It was fun. Did you go back and read any of the other stuff?
Not yet.
Oh, it's so fun. It's ridiculous. Josh Maynard, you're a mad genius. Let's see what Laser Fist has got up right now. Sorry, My iPad's being really slow right now. I guess I can tell you while we're doing this.
So it's the same one.
Is it the same one? Okay, so it hasn't posted a new one up yet?
No.
It's probably going to go up tonight.
Oh, okay.
It's still funny as fuck, though.
It absolutely is funny as fuck. I love it. Kegel to the beat.
Mine says, gently clasping my sphincter onto the nape of your neck.
Oh, my God. All right, so laserfist.com. They should have a new comic up very soon, if not tonight.
God damn it.
It's funny shit. If you haven't gone yet to Laserfist, just go look at Let Me Go is the new one, The Similitude. If you like Walking Dead for some reason,
If you did,
and you love Game of Thrones, the second comic from the second most recent comic, The Similitude, is awesome. Just go look at Laserfist. It's really funny stuff, and I think he tries to post at least once a week, maybe twice a week. So that's pretty much it for this week. I'll give you that contact information. We are, if you want to email us, therealbt4w@gmail.com. That is the number 4. The realbt4w at Twitter.
I want a gift certificate. Sorry.
Did you? For what?
For records.
Oh, nice.
From Record Store Day.
Oh, hell yeah. You spent a ton of money at Record Store Day, didn't you?
I did.
I saw all this stuff like, because their stuff's not cheap there. It's good stuff, but it's not cheap. But we'll see what else. Twitter's the real BT4W.
Real BT4W.
Real BT4W again. Well, once it's just me and you, it is the real BT4W. And Facebook.com/therealBT4W. We've been posting a lot of different links to different stuff, movies, videos, interviews with Invest. Don't forget that we have our interview with CGC coming up later this week. It's really interesting. If you've ever been interested in the CGC process, or if you're curious about it, or you want to know what's up, or if you've got a really good or really bad opinion about them, check it out. Kind of form a real opinion, hear it straight from the source, what their stuff's like. It's really interesting. I can't think of anything else except for Hemlock Grove. If you're watching that show, it's the new Netflix exclusive show that came out. The other two I've watched were Lilyhammer, which was really good, and House of Cards, which was awesome. And this is the new one. It's their horror, their exclusive horror show. It's 13 episodes, first season. It's all out right now. And I'm 8 episodes in. I don't know what's going on.
I can't wait for Arrested Development.
Yeah, that's soon. That's at the end of next month, I think.
Yeah. And right now on Amazon, you can check out all their pilots they have a shitload of original shows.
I'll go check that out.
John Goodman's on one.
All free, too, right?
Yep, all free.
Not an Amazon Prime service, right? You can just go to Amazon.com and...
Yeah.
Okay. Also, this is totally not comics related, but I think the show is hilarious. Do you ever watch the Bee in Apartment?
Yeah, with fucking Vanderbeek.
That show's hilarious.
Yeah. And
it's canceled, but evidently the shows that they have in the can, they're going to put up on Hulu as Hulu exclusives. Huh. So they're going to have like 8 episodes you can watch. That show's funny. It's like Don't Mess with the Bee at Apartment 23 or something like that. It's really funny. James Vanderbeek
plays himself.
Yeah, and he's a fucking douchebag, and he's awesome.
So good.
He's really good. Like he's genius.
He needs to be in something.
I would watch just a show about his life, like based off of this show. Like even without the other characters, I would watch a show that just followed him around like that, as him being him, all the time. It's hilarious.
I would too.
So I guess that's it for this week. Thanks for listening, and we will talk to you next week. I'm Sean Cobble.
There's Krakoff.
This is my dog. He's going to fart on Jason Krakoff in a minute.
God damn it.
And Sean Sorenson's not here. He had a very, very important appointment with Deadliest Catch, evidently. We'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.